Tampa Bay, 970 WFLA. Talking fishing. Going to be here until 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, only until 8 o'clock. We got our main man, Captain Rob Roman, behind the glass. He's our honorary captain. We just dubbed him the captain of all.
I thought we weren't going to tell people that. He is the captain, I thought.
He's our captain.
What do I need to be a captain? Do I need a fancy hat or a life jacket?
That's all it takes. That's all it takes is
Pretty
a fancy
much,
hat.
Yeah. Just show up at the test site.
I thought I would have had to go through some sort of wacky demonstration or
sea school. Yeah, you need experience.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to sea school.
Actually, you should have experience. I don't think it's
recommended.
Yeah, I don't think it's
kind of like an honorary doctorate, right? Like I'm not an actual doctor.
Right.
Okay.
We dubbed the captain.
He's been knighted.
That's right.
This is nice. I like this.
Yes, we have you, my friend. It's all good. If you are headed for the water this morning, obviously, you know that it's very foggy out there. I was on the water yesterday, and it's when you get in it, even if you leave the dock and you don't have it, which is what happened to me yesterday. I left the house, had it all the way down 75, all the way across Skyway, and as soon as I got to O'Neill's, it cleared up.
Nice.
Launched the boat. It was all good. And before I could get to the Skyway Bridge to catch bait, I was back in it. I was back in the soup again. So be very, very careful. When I left the Skyway Bridge after catching bait, I was headed back to O'Neill's to pick up my people, and there was a man and woman anchored very close to the channel trying to catch bait in the fog.
Nice.
Luckily, I'm very smart and was driving slowly, so it was all good.
Yeah, and a lot of those inshore boats don't have radars that so many of us rely on, especially on bigger boats that run near shore and offshore. Track lines become so important. It's always so comical to me to get on a boat and don't have track lines because they're relying on your GPS plotter. And a lot of times your GPS plotter, especially nowadays with newer technologies and updated chart plots, they're good, but I always would much rather rely on where my boat has been successfully in the past.
Really? See, I don't do the track thing. I don't like my. I have a couple of areas, like some backcountry stuff that you got to run.
Yeah.
Some tricky stuff that I always leave the tracks up.
Yeah.
But otherwise, because I run so much, your screen, if you leave all those tracks on there, it looks like
I have OCD
spaghetti.
too. Yeah, I have OCD too. Don't worry about that. I'm talking about leaving one track line because you can selectively save one track and then not delete that track. So like after our boats, multiple captains will run a boat, but we always leave the track line in a different color as we're exiting the pass.
Okay.
So that way the channel has a good, solid, up-to-date track line, and then you change track colors, you operate your trip, and I like leaving the track line on when I'm offshore, so that way you can see where you're swinging on the anchor, easier to update your anchor heading at the end of each spot. But then at the end of the trip, I delete the track lines of that color that I operated in during the trip, but it doesn't delete the track line color that I used to exit the pass. So that way when I come back in, and it might be foggy, like on a 39-hour trip.
Right.
You leave on a Friday, it's beautiful. You might come back in Sunday morning at 6 a.m. at night in the fog.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, you're in a pickle unless you save that track line in a different color.
I still think, and I've said it for years, one of the hardest things to do in all of fishing is anchoring up on a spot correctly.
It is. I mean, it's one of the last tricks left out there, the last secrets left out there. And it's not so much anchoring up on a spot correctly as it is getting your bait to that spot correctly. Because nowadays with GPS trolling motors on even 42-foot yellowfins,
right.
it's ridiculous the size boat that those trolling motors are on now. With that technology, you can get on a spot very easily and stay on a spot very easily, but it doesn't mean your bait's getting to the spot. And when you're fishing in 150 foot of water with a little bit of current, your line's not going straight down.
Right.
It's going off to the side, and being able to visualize how that spot lays out. So like if you're fishing a ledge, that ledge moves, and it might be a horseshoe shape. It might run north and south, east, west, and you got to visualize how that spot lays out underneath your boat and make sure those baits are getting to the area where the fish are going to be staged up and ready to eat. Like if you have a current that's running out of the north and you have a ledge that's running east and west, those fish are going to be behind that ledge with their faces into the current waiting for food.
Sure.
So you have to make sure your baits are getting right in front of those fish where they're already naturally going to eat. Just like if you're fishing a dock inshore in a current, you don't want to be casting wrong and not presenting your bait naturally to those fish that are hiding behind the structure of the dock.
You set your bait up tide so it drifts into the dock in a natural presentation.
Same thing offshore.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's Dylan Hubbard.
The last secret left.
Captain extraordinaire. I like it. I like it. Good stuff. So before the show, you brought up a rod.
Mm-hmm.
We have to talk about this.
Oh man, I didn't want to talk about it.
We have to talk about this. You don't want to talk about it?
No, it's just I'm not an expert in it yet. I
feel like
I
it's
look
coming,
forward to learning more, and definitely gonna branch out into this more. But slow pitch jig fishing, it's become more and more popular. A lot of people are doing it, and what the common misconception is, and even my misconception on it was, oh, that's something you do when you're in super deep water. Well, we have people that go on our 10-hour trip and slow pitch jig fish in 40, 50, 60, 70 foot of water and are very successful.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the biggest gag groupers caught last year was pushing 50 pounds, and it was caught on a slow pitch jig rod with 30-pound braid.
Are these are the jig rods that I'm assuming are in the 80 to 100, 150 pound class?
Well, they don't rate them like that. They rate them on the size jig.
Oh, okay.
So they're rated like 80 to 200 grams.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's rated by the jig size.
Like a drug dealer.
Yeah, exactly. And it's learning the conversions is tricky, but it's definitely interesting how their rods are rated, and then that they're all two-piece, which I found very strange.
Really?
Yeah. So I met with somebody from Temple Reef yesterday. It's actually one of our good friends, Jamin Vereen, and he was teaching me a little bit more about the rods, and I've learned a little bit about it. I had
why two-piece?
Benny Ortiz is kind of the godfather of slow pitch jigging, and I had him on one of my live internet shows, and that's where a bulk of my slow pitch jig fishing knowledge has come from, was that one show with Benny. But I'm definitely getting hooked on it more and more, and gonna get myself a rod and reel and go out there and try it. Trick right now is you can't get reels very easily, and they're different reels than you would use typically for bait fishing, because you're using like a narrow and you're using a high-speed, single-speed reel.
Okay.
And all mine are larger two-speed reels. Like I got a Daiwa Saltiga LD50, Saltist LD50, and you need like a 35 narrow, high-speed, single-speed reel. So looking to get some new reels brought in the shop, some new rods, and an array of jigs and jig sizes. So it's exciting.
So it's interesting because I was thinking this week about offshore fishing. I went to Charlotte Harbor, filmed a show with Capt. Nick Fisher for season 16 of Real Animals TV, and I had a great trip. Phenomenal. Near shore, inshore, it was great. Cobia, big snook in 30 foot of water, grouper.
Whoa. Big snook in 30 feet? You were fishing near shore?
30 foot of water, rock bows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They stack up on the rock piles. We've actually got some in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Would they stack up when they're spawning?
No. They stay there.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
I've caught them down there before. Yeah, it was interesting. I lost a really big one. We caught a couple decent sized ones. It was anyway, great trip. But it got me thinking about a conversation I wanted to have with you.
I bet they'd eat a slow pitch jig.
They might. I just don't know about a two-piece rod. I got to learn that with you. So, for you, I mean, offshore guru, you're the guy. And I know you guys use conventional rods and reels on the boat all the time. Why okay, well, good. Because that's my question is, to me, it's so much easier to use a spinning reel.
Oh.
This
is a great debate.
I'm not debating it. I have both.
I'll
I've got
debate
Penn
it.
Torques. I got some great conventional reels that I like, that I use. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you prefer?
Daiwa, purely Daiwa is my go-to.
Well, I'm
brand.
not talking about the brand. I mean, I'm paying your Daiwa. That's not really my issue. My question is spinning reel versus conventional.
It depends. The answer is it depends. I mean, offshore to me, first start by defining. So offshore is beyond 20 miles, beyond 100 foot. So offshore bottom fishing, I will almost never use a spinning reel unless I'm knocker rig fishing with like 1 ounce of weight or less, or using a jig head, or flat lining, or pitch baiting. I see a cobia or a wahoo swim by, or if I'm doing some sort of surface lure, then I'd use a spinning reel. But 9 out of 10 times, dropping bait to bottom with a 6 ounce lead, 2, 3, 4, 5 ounce lead, it's a conventional reel. And the reason why is physics. The physics of how you hold a conventional reel allows you to use more of your power of your body. With the spinning reel, you're holding the entire rod and reel with one arm, and you're fighting. Yeah, your biceps are big, Mike, but try hooking up to a 50-pound gag or a 80-pound amberjack. You're going to get tired more quickly and more fatigued because you're using one muscle group.
You're not spending enough time in the gym.
Oh, my goodness. That's true.
I'm
That is
saying,
true.
Could be an option, right?
Yeah, that is true.
No?
Yeah, I'd rather spend time at home with my family.
Oh, gonna play the family card on me. Hits me with the family card.
No, I'm just lazy. Let's be honest. But the physics of a conventional rod allows you to put you're holding the rod with your left arm, but you tuck your elbow in front of your body, and you create a crane, and you're using your entire body. Plus, you're getting dogged by a big gag or a big grouper or a big amberjack. You can drop down to a knee and put that foam of that rod, especially if you're using one of those Bull Bay Hubbard's Marina rods. You can put the foam of the rod right on the rail.
Nice plug.
And then it allows you to use the rail as a lever to then horse that fish up off the bottom too. With the spinning rod, you're getting dogged. There's nothing you can do. Plus, spinning reels are higher gear ratio. The higher the gear ratio, the lower the power. So conventional, you have 2-speed reels, you have low gear ratios, you have more physical power, period.
Rob, do you see clearly why I asked that question? I wanted to tap into that encyclopedia. That's a big head over there.
Very large head.
And I'm not poking fun at you because obviously
proportionally large
I have
head.
a big head too.
Now, when you're saying conventional reels
empty.
compared to something else, the spin reels, that was the one that we were on when I was on that charter too.
You were using a conventional.
Now I'm dumb. When it comes to fishing and understanding all this stuff, I'm trying. I learn all these different things. Fishing is a sport, just as exercise is a sport. Don't forget that, all right? You go to the sporting goods store, you're going to be seeing all of that there. But it was easier for me to understand, especially because they're like, all right, you got to make sure you put your thumb on the back, make sure that the reel doesn't, go too fast, otherwise it's going to bulk up. And just so you know, that's what happened with me. I got my little bird's nest there in the back. So I can only imagine what life is going to be like if I have one of those spinning rods, those reels where like, all right, you have to lift up the latch, you got to do the thing. And they even had some people on the boat that apparently the hook was tethered or something. It wasn't correct, so they had to snip it, readjust it, rehook it. And I'm just sitting there like, I have not a clue. So I would think that simplicity compared to something that could be a little bit more aggressive would be dominant to what you want to do.
You know what? That just brought to this whole conversation clarity.
Yeah.
We got crystal clear.
Grounded it.
Thank you.
The little latch thing.
So you guys know everything.
Land to plane.
I only know one thing, and that's to catch a fish. You guys know how to catch the fish. I know that there's fish in the ocean.
That's why you are Captain Rob Roman. Extraordinaire.
In the Gulf, not the ocean.
It's all good.
Body of water.
We'll get you there.
Yeah, we'll just say body of water next time.
Well, a tub is actually a body of water, so we're gonna get you there. You're our favorite work in progress, my friend. 1-800-969-9352. Phone lines are open. Your questions, comments, fish reports, bring them right here. Light them up. We'll be back.
faded out blue jeans. Good for nothing.
Clear cut, straight.
All right, so we're up on all of our Facebooks.
Are we good? I see us on Real Animals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that slow pitching thing, it's funny. To me, it's just a good way to give another opportunity, because like with fishing seasons tightening up, access becoming more and more tricky, learning something new and a new way to fish seems really alluring, because then you're able to make it all fun and interesting again, bring yourself down. It's like playing a video game. You beat the game and you're
Trying to go to the next level.
yeah, you've already beat the boss. What do? You restart the game. So that's what I'm doing, restarting the game, learning something new, starting from the bottom.
God, my nose is freaking crazy stuffy.
Oh yeah, that's no fun.
Oh, it sucks.
Tis the season, man.
It is.
You can still get a cold, people.
Yes.
They still exist.
Believe me. I haven't had one in a long time, but my daughter does work at a daycare.
Ooh, that'll get you.
Yep.
Yeah, my son, he was born August of 2019. So by the time he was like 4 months old, ready to go out in the world and start to meet people, COVID hit. So he didn't really get exposed to large crowds and other kids until like almost end of 2020, when he was like a year and a half.
Right.
He starts going to like daycares and meeting play groups and stuff, and immediately sick. And just went through the gauntlet of all those little different things, man.
Never had a chance to get the immunities built up.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a challenge. But it's all part of it.
So here's our dilemma.
Yeah.
I have a state tournament next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I leave on the 17th for Georgia.
Ooh.
Christmas and New Year's.
Georgia. So the 11th and 18th, I'd be by myself. And then we do best ofs the 25th and the 1st.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Sounds good.
It's up to you. I mean,
Yeah,
we
for
can
sure.
we can run another best of in there if you want. I don't want to pin you down to this studio.
No, it's fine. I don't want to do best of more than twice in a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even doing them twice doesn't make me happy, but
Yeah.
there really isn't nothing you can do. You're not going to
Yeah.
have any listeners
On Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. Yeah. And
I joked with my wife. I was
and
like,
New Year's Day.
yeah, what are we doing Christmas? I just got to do the radio show in the morning and then I'll be home. And I tried to keep a straight face and she whipped around. She's like, what?
No, don't be doing that. Don't
Yeah,
be
it
messing,
was funny.
don't be messing with her.
Carl Lovett, you use a 2-speed Avit for slow pitch jigging. That's interesting. Everybody I've talked to said you don't need a 2-speed because you just want that higher gear ratio.
Is that on the Hubbard's page?
That's on the Real Animals page.
Then why don't I see it?
Carl Lovett, 9 minutes ago.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you just gotta scroll.
Okay. I think Penn makes some narrow ones too.
Yeah, Penn, probably the Penn Fathom series.
Fathom.
Yeah, I don't think
you're right.
Torque has
I don't
a
think
narrow.
so either.
I know I've seen a Fathom narrow. Morning, Ken. Thanks for watching, man. Morning, Justin. Morning, Carl. Oh, Carl, that makes sense. They make those new jigging reels that you can get from like Japan, and there's this one that's like the size of a golf ball, and it's got like 60-some pounds of drag.
What?
Yeah, it's expensive, but there's some crazy technology.
Welcome back. 970 WFLA. Again, we're talking fishing, going to be here until 8 o'clock. Questions, comments, fishing reports, bring them right here, 1-800-969-9352. So light these phone lines up. Let's go take a quick call here. Let's check in with our guru out there, beautiful Lake Alfred. Let's go to Ronnie at Ron's Tackle Box out there. Ronnie, how are you, pal?
Doing great this morning. Got a little fog setting in right now.
Yeah, we got a bunch of it over here.
That was crazy.
Yeah, not too bad. It's kind of just started setting in, and it'll probably last till about daylight. That's how it was yesterday.
Gotcha.
But by the time you guys get out here, it'll be gone. So come on.
Right. There you go.
That's it. Fishing been great. Speck fishing is fantastic. Big, nice size ones this time of year. And I expect to see a great speck season because we've had plenty of water this summer, which brought our aquifers up. The lakes are still up good and plenty of food in the water, so that really fattens them up good. So we'll have a great season. Bass fishing's picking up well. Seeing some 6-7 pounders already, which is
nice.
kind of early for that, but I think we'll have a great season on them too because of the water levels.
That's good.
So I believe it's going to take off real well for us here. Done a good topwater bait here lately
Nice.
for the bass, and mainly minnows for the specks, which are the crappie for the northern people that are listening. Few jig fishing, darker colors are working well now, but as it gets colder, the jigs work better. That's my experience in the past. But right now, your minnow fishing is your best. So all the surrounding lakes here are just loaded with fish, and it's been thriving well. People are going or doing good.
Minnows for the specks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Minnows, yes.
Minnows, yeah.
And you're using like one of those gold pinfish hook sizes. Is
Yeah.
that what we're talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do you
pretty
hook a
much
minnow?
about a number 4 or number 6 hook.
Do you have to bring like a
202
little kid with
pattern.
you to hook the minnow?
No,
I feel like I'd crush a minnow.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
No,
coordinated
they're pretty
enough.
nice size.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
not
okay.
as small as you think.
Yeah, no, it's
And they'll use the wire hook, the 202 pattern of the Eagle Claw.
All right.
Works good with that gold hook.
I'll get them out there. I'll get them out there this February. We'll go.
I really want to.
Yeah, some speckled perch fishing. We'll,
Yeah,
we'll
it'd be
get
a
'em
whole
out there.
different thing.
Yeah, good stuff.
You know,
Good stuff.
that-
Tell everybody real quick how they can find you, Ronnie.
All righty, I'm at 380 South Lake Shore Way in Lake Alfred, which is 1792. Phone number 863-956-4990.
Great place to come and get some great Christmas gifts for the freshwater angler on your list out there at Ron's
Yes.
Tackle Box in Lake Alfred. Ronnie, I appreciate you, brother. Have a great Saturday, my friend.
Thank you. You too.
Bye, buddy. Thanks, pal.
Stay warm.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. We'll be back, 970 WFLA.
News, traffic, and weather.
So we need to get you to get somebody to cover for you, whatever day that is.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll go out there to Stream Song
Oh.
with the little bitty rods and just
Yeah.
pitch. It's so much fun, bro.
I
So
got
much
a crappie rod from Dogfish Tackle for my son when he was like a little more than a year.
Right.
And a little tiny 1000 series reel.
Yeah.
And I took that and I was like, man, this thing is weird. I don't like it. I took that to a seawall and put a little shrimp on there with a baby hook. And we hooked a pigfish that was probably like 10 inches long. And I giggled the whole time. It
So
was,
much fun, dude.
dude, scream and drag, rods bent to the butt. It was awesome.
It's the best.
It was awesome. I was like, all right, son, this is Dad's rod now.
It's the best, bro. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. That's what I'm excited. Hopefully, he's in a good mood and has a good nap and stuff today, and we'll be able to go do that kids tournament on the dock. Because I've grown up being a part of the Jingle Bell Kids Tournament in Johns Pass, but never been able to like fish it. with my son. So it'll be awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We need to talk about that.
It's like a food drive too. There's no entry fee for kids. They just have to bring an unwrapped toy and some sort of non-perishable food.
Oh, nice.
So your non-perishable food item, your unwrapped toy, is your child's entry fee to the tournament.
That's great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And you can win free fishing trips with Hubbard's Marina.
Yes, you can. God, I forgot how hard it is to do radio with this stuff.
Oh, I woke up this morning not feeling so great myself. Had way too much spicy Thai food last night. And a client brought some new hot sauce that he had made. He's from Georgia, and he just experiments with different stuff, and he brings down hot sauce all the time. And we had wings from Hooters, and they were already hot wings, and then we covered them in this hot sauce. It was great, but between the spicy wings and the spicy Thai food this morning, I was like, oh. Yeah. And then, of course, throw in some whiskey, some high-quality whiskey.
Burnt bunghole.
Yeah. Not a good morning.
I like jalapenos. I'm a big jalapeno guy. It gets me in trouble.
I love jalapenos, too.
Wake up in the morning going, damn, I wish I'd have had some ice cream.
Ice cream and Pepto.
Yeah, it's something to follow that up and cool it down a little bit.
Yeah, our neighbors, Jeremy Stock from J Stock Designs.
Yeah.
And he has a golf cart. So we've been meeting up with them. Their kids are younger, like our son. And so we've been meeting up with them and riding around in their golf cart looking at all the Christmas lights. My son gets so pumped for Christmas lights.
Really?
Oh, just giggling and screaming, Christmas light, Christmas light. It's so funny. And the little blow-ups that move and stuff, he loves it. So we were just riding around in a golf cart looking at Christmas lights. It was fun.
Yeah. I got pulled over last year doing that in our neighborhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cop pulled me over.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mike was in a good mood about that.
I was well behaved because I thought maybe he was looking for a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So he even wrote me a warning.
For what?
Because it's not street legal.
Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, I'm in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I didn't cross any main, I didn't cross over Boyette or 301 or some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Really, bro?
Everybody does that.
And I did have a beer with me,
Yeah.
but it was my first beer. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't, swerving, trying to throw my wife off the golf cart or dragging some kids up in yards and cardboard or some stupid shit. We're slowly putting through the neighborhood looking at Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Really, bro?
I was wondering about that. So you had a beer and you didn't get a ticket for that?
No, but he's like, I could get you for DUI. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. And I was like, and I told my wife afterwards, I'm like, go ahead, pal. Take me in for DUI. I can't wait to see the judge in the morning.
Yeah.
And when I get to the radio station, we're going to have a field day with your ass. All the things going on in the world, and you're worried about
a family riding in a neighborhood looking at Christmas
Ma
lights.
and Pa Anderson driving through the neighborhood looking at Christmas lights. Really, bro? Really? I mean, I got lights on my golf cart.
Yeah.
It wasn't dark out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, really, bro?
In our neighborhood at night, there's like, at any hour, there's probably 4 or 5 golf carts that ride by. Everybody
Again,
does it.
we got them all over the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I wanted one years ago was because all the neighbors had them. But we drive around and look at Christmas lights and get together and have a beer and drive around. It's no big deal.
It's a good way to meet your neighbors.
It's just awesome. I was not happy.
Yeah. I believe
But
it.
I was very calm and quiet about it.
Smart.
Dylan Hubbard.
Welcome back. 6:36 here at the iHeart Media Empire. Talking fishing with my good friend D-Hubs here. Questions, comments, fishing reports, bring them right here, 969-9352. We got a couple of things we need to plug here quick. Our virtual fishing conversation that was supposed to happen last week did not. I came down with a little bit of a cold. I didn't want to be all sitting next to my friend Mike there at Bartow Ford. So
all cuddled up.
Yeah, so we pushed it to this week, Wednesday, coming up. So we'll be out there doing our virtual fishing conversation. Check into the Real Animals Facebook page around 6 o'clock on Wednesday night. We'll be answering your questions there. The other thing that's going on is it's that time of year. We just did our Metropolitan Ministries food drive, Fishing for Hope, which was a huge success. Again, we brought in a pile of food, and
that was an awesome event.
It's a cool event. Yeah, it's a cool
next
event.
year, got to plan that a little better.
Yep.
I'll be more involved. That was cool.
Yeah, it's a really neat day. Well, now we're ramping up our Toys for Tots events kind of deal here. A lot of great organizations do this time of year. Our good friend Jason Whidden out there at Furman Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Newport Richey in cahoots with the Pasco County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Naco is a friend of mine, great guy. They're doing one today at the dealership that's on the corner of 19 and 54. Starts at 11, and there'll be free food. Our good friends at Pit Boss Barbecue up there, who always feed us when we're up there doing our fishing conversations. They're doing some free food. They're going to have a ton of stuff to give away. Looking for unwrapped gifts for kids. Again, Jason Whidden, big supporter of the fishing community. Great dealership, great people. Doing more stuff in the community up there. It's a beautiful thing to see. I think that you got something going on at John's Pass too, huh?
Yeah, so it's not necessarily us. We support it by donating our area, and we kind of help the kids out a little bit. But it's ran by Angler Armory, and it's
good group over there.
Yeah,
Real
good people for sure. And it's called the Jingle Bells Kids Fishing Tournament, and that's happening today inside John's Pass. The first heat is at 1 o'clock. They do another second heat at 2 o'clock, and then a third heat at 3 o'clock. And then there's awards from 4 to 6 p.m. and raffles for the kids. And then 6:15 p.m., Santa arrives on a big old fire truck. Nice. So, yeah, big parade. Santa comes. You can get pictures with Santa for free. The whole event is free for kids. There's no entry fee or anything like that. Your entry fee is a non-perishable food item and an unwrapped toy. So no entry fee in like dollars, but just bring a non-perishable food item and an unwrapped toy and your kid, and come on out. There's tons of stuff they give away to the kids. I mean, just tables and tables, a whole trailer full of raffle award items. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah. It's great.
Bait, tackle, all that's provided. Dogfish Tackle provides the tackle. Aylesworth Bait provides the bait. So you can go out there and show up with nothing and get your kids involved in fishing.
Yeah, you know, it's good to see. Just like we were talking about before the food drive. Mm-hmm. Again, to me, it's very sad that this big, beautiful, powerful country that we live in, and we have all these hungry people, which continues, unfortunately, through the Christmas holiday as well. It's not just Thanksgiving. So Metropolitan Ministries, just a little plug for them. They're still open, still taking in food, but they're taking in toys as well. That's another thing that, you know, when I was a little guy, God bless Mom and Dad for working their tail off and being blessed. And, you know, we always had toys under the tree. Again, pretty sad in my opinion that we have so many families that don't have that opportunity. So many kids miss out on the experience, unfortunately. And you know, it's not all, you hear a lot of people chit-chat about, you know, well, go get a job. It's not always that case. Yeah. It's not always that they, you know, that they don't want to work. I'm a big believer in, you know, go get your piece of the American dream. Mm-hmm. You know, I preach it to my daughters. Get off your keister, get out of bed in the morning, put your feet on the floor and go to work. I get it. But I've also met a lot of people through the years that they have struggles. Different things come up in their life, and this might just be a time in their life where things ain't going well. They lost a job. They lost a loved one. They're just, something's got them off
balance,
off kilter a little bit. Yeah. So, you know, this is a great time to give back. So kudos to Angler Armory. Kudos to Jason Whidden up there at Furman Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Newport Richey. All these food drive or toy drives going on here, getting people ready for the holidays.
You
It's
know,
good stuff.
one of my other favorite ones was the tree angels, or
Yeah,
I forget
yeah.
what that one's called, where they have the Christmas tree
Yep.
set up at, like, a lot of times our church used to do that growing up.
My
And,
wife does them every year. We do them every year.
dude, it's so cool. But
Yeah.
I got involved with one, and it was called the Hustle and Heart Group. So they actually go and get foster children, and they do the same thing like the Tree Angels or
Yep.
whatever that program's called, but it's for local foster children in foster care.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so Linda Cheney, our local House representative, got me involved because she was gifting a rod and reel to a kid and the foster family, and she asked if I would donate a fishing trip. So the kid's getting a rod reel and fishing trip for his whole
That's
family.
killer.
It was really cool to
Good
be
for
involved
you.
with that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do this time of
It
year
really is.
to give back to the community.
Well, and this is the time of year that, for me, for sure, I tend to reflect. I don't know if it's because it's deer hunting season and you spend a lot of time sitting in a tree. I'm just seriously where I just, normally I'm running so fast, I'm
Yeah.
moving so fast that
You
I
have
don't
time
think
to think this time
you
of year.
do. Yeah, this time of year you're sitting in a tree all by yourself, enjoying the, beautiful sunrise or sunset or whatever it is, and you have time to reflect on the year and all your blessings, and it reminds me to make sure you give some back.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many people that, like you said, off balance, off kilter, whatever it is, having a bad year, a bad time, a bad month, and it's a great to be able to give back a little bit. So let's go to the phones here. Let's talk a little fishing. Let's check in with Alan in St. Pete. Alan, how are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing today?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing well, better than I deserve.
Amen. I hear that.
It is definitely a thick one this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is,
Soupy.
right?
I heard you talking this morning about running those lines, and it made me think about a time a couple years ago when I was fishing up in the very northern part of the bay, up around Double Branch, and I was when I went in, it was fine. When I was coming out, though, it had gotten so thick. The only thing I could do was run the line I had from previous trips, and super slow, hitting the horn every 30 seconds, and thinking I'm pretty smart, I'm doing it right, and then all of a sudden I start seeing all these dead ducks floating around the boat, and I realized that they're decoys. And about 30 seconds later, I ran within 5 feet of a guy in a duck boat, laying down with a shotgun across his chest. And I had no clue he was there. It was just a miracle that I didn't run him over. He didn't blow his duck whistle or nothing, And I thought, boy, that could have really been tragic, especially if I was running wide open or even on plane.
Is
I'd have swamped him for sure.
duck whistle?
That's the strangest things I've ever seen in the fog.
That's great. I don't think we've ever had
I've heard your duck whistle back when you used to stream from your phone and people would call you during the show. I heard your duck whistle, Mike.
I don't think I've ever heard the word duck whistle on our show before. That's great. It's the
Now I'm
first
going to
time-
think about fried duck wings the rest of the day.
Right. Nice job, Alan.
Hey, I got a quick question for you. Run across. I have to run down south quite often during the week, and when I'm running across the Skyway, I always see people either fishing or catching bait in their boat along the pier. Where the guys are fishing, and I've always wondered why no one is catching bait around the actual bridge that's got the traffic on it. Is the bait just not there, or the fish just not around those pilings? Why is it just the pier that everybody seems to gather around?
You can't see us on the other pier because you're driving on the main bridge. We get bait on both piers. We get bait on both piers. On the main span,
I was just curious.
it gets on the main span as well. A lot of times, if it's tough on the fishing pier, it's on the main span.
Okay.
Especially on an outgoing tide. A lot of times it'll travel all the way to the main span.
Interesting.
I got it at the main span
deal.
yesterday.
Always wondered that.
I got it at the main span yesterday, actually, because that tide was still going out first thing in the morning.
Alan, I've wondered that too. I just didn't want to ask.
Yeah, it's on both. It's on both. I'll tell you what. There's on the Terra Verde Bridge, on the Pinellas Bayway Bridge. Bait gets there. The bridge that leads over to Fort Soto, Bunce's Pass Bridge. There's bait gets on those other bridges. It gets on the piers.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it just does. Any structure. It's always amazing to me that the Charlotte Harbor guys get bait at all.
Because they don't have structure.
They don't have, yeah, it's like there's very few bridges. You know what I mean?
Train
they don't have
trestles.
the markers. They don't have the big markers because the big boats don't come in that harbor. You know what I mean? So it's like, God, always having to catch bait on the grass flat. I think I'd rather you punch me in the head than have to get bait on the grass flat every day. That would be terrible.
Oh, man. So structures congregate bait just because the bait's trying to look for somewhere to hide from that tide mostly,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, that and predators. Yeah, for sure. Just like everything else. I mean, it's the bait fish, just like other fish, structure oriented. You know, same thing. Plus the lights. Plus the bridges and piers are usually lit up at night. So that concentrates
Skyway
the bait
especially.
as well. Skyway especially, which is a conversation for
So
a whole
pretty.
other time. Yeah, let's not get into that. Alan, you see where you took us? This is all your fault, Alan.
Well, I've been known to instigate.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. I like that about you, but you are a little bit of an instigator. Have a great day, my friend. Stay safe out there. Great call.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Good stuff. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Hey, speaking of the holidays, they are coming at us here quickly. I want to put a couple of ideas out there for you. Maybe as you walk out of your house into your garage, you look around and it's a disaster. Give my friends at Park Place Garage a call today. You will not be disappointed. They redid mine. You know, don't hire a closet company to do your garage. Garage cabinets and closet cabinets are not the same. The cabinets
They are
installed.
not equal.
No, they are not. The cabinets that they installed in my garage are amazing. 1 inch thick, super heavy duty for my cast nets and anchors and all the lead and stuff that I have. You put in cheap closet grade cabinets in your garage and they are not going to hold up to all that extra weight. Nobody knows that better than the good people at Park Place Garage. Go to parkplacegarage.com and reach out to them for a free estimate. Super good people. I'm really, really, really loving my garage. I don't know about you, but I needed the organization. Great gift idea for the holidays. Also, if you are looking to get great deals on fishing tackle for the angler in your world, you got to go to Gator Gyms, 3301 Pinellas Point Drive. Nobody does fishing tackle like Jim Bickle.
And the biggest inventory you've
It's
ever
ridiculous.
seen.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially now when fishing tackle's hard to get for everybody.
Yeah, and I've always heard like, oh, they have the best inventory, they have the greatest deals. I was like, yeah, okay. Going there and experiencing that store is insane.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Plus, great people working there to get you the right gear for what you want to do.
And they know their stuff.
Yeah, they. I don't know if they know about slow pitch rods.
They do.
Do they?
They have some stuff there, and they're getting into it too. I think everybody's catching on slowly with that.
I got you. Good stuff. Phone lines are open, 1-800-969-9352. Now's the time to start thinking about those Christmas gifts. Don't wait till the last minute. That's what I usually do. We'll be back.
Drink some wine and laugh till we can't laugh no more.
You got another segment for the top?
I do, buddy. I got you. I got you, dog. Good stuff, man. Holiday float created from beach trash. Should we change your spot?
I like it.
I do too.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Just throwing it out there.
The best cheeseburger on the Gulf. It would make me feel weird if it was changed.
It's true.
Guaranteed. Best cheeseburger for miles. And now, like, our galley guys are having competitions. So one of the galley guys started bringing in frozen hash browns, like the ones you get at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And so, like, the other morning I got a breakfast sandwich. I was like, what the heck is this thing? He's got an egg, a fried egg, like too much bacon, and then a hash brown on a toasted bun. I was like, all right, I see you. I see you. I was like, did you do this for me? And he's like, no, I do this for everybody. This is what I serve on the boats. All right. It's like our food
Promotion
quality.
in your future.
Yeah. It's definitely awesome. Nothing beats a breakfast sandwich on the boat on the ride out.
Oh, that's pretty spectacular.
Yeah. You rigging your rods with a hot breakfast sandwich. I want a breakfast sandwich right now. He started talking about duck hunting. That's immediately where my head went to, is eating some good duck. Have you ever had duck wings?
I don't know. I think so.
There's a place in downtown St. Pete called The Lure. They have some fried duck wings.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So good.
Do they do breakfast? Could we get them as a breakfast sponsor?
No, they're lunch and dinner. I think they're just dinner,
We need
actually.
to get Hubbard's, apparently,
Yeah.
as a breakfast sponsor.
Yeah, the galley. I still think the breakfast pizza from Ricky T's is one of my favorite breakfasts. That and the hangover wrap from Boardwalk Grill at John's Pass. So that they don't open till 10, which is a problem, because especially if you need that in the morning. It's a long way, but it's like almost a 2-pound burrito.
Oh, wow.
They've got like I think it's 8 eggs, like maybe it's 4 eggs and then 8 pieces of bacon. They've got ham in it, hash browns. Wow. Like they just load the sucker with breakfast meats and cheese and all this stuff, and then you load it with hot sauce. Woo! Game over.
Welcome back. If you need a new roof or a roof repair, check out our good friends at Affordable Roofing Systems. They understand that your roof is a large investment, protects most, if not everything, that you own. Let Affordable Roofing Systems' 3 decades of experience and roofing knowledge guide you through this important process. Whether you need a shingle, metal, tile, or a flat roof, Affordable Roofing Systems is your safest choice for repairs or replacements. Give them a call today at 1-888-397-ROOF for your free estimate, or visit their website at affordableroofingflorida.com.
I was worried about you there at the start. I thought you were tangled up.
I was a little tangled up. You know why I got tangled up? And at the break, and I know you can't hear us talking at the break, Rob, in there, Dylan brought up breakfast.
Breakfast burritos, to be honest.
Why?
Because he's hungry.
Very.
It happens.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
You know who makes a really good breakfast burrito?
Oh my gosh.
You started it.
No, I didn't start it. I was talking about burritos.
I said breakfast burrito.
Just go. Well, I can't stop this now. The train is already rolling.
Buc-ee's.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought we were going a different direction. Buc-ee's is amazing.
Buc-ee's. Have you had the breakfast? Well, listen.
I've never had the breakfast sandwich at Buc-ee's, but I time my trips around Buc-ee's gas stations.
Brisket sandwich at Buc-ee's is a great lunch. For now, Rob's like,
haven't been there yet, no.
Dude. But Buc-ee's, there's nowhere. The closest one is like Pensacola.
No, actually, there's one up on 95.
Yeah, I don't go that way.
Yeah, I happened to be coming back from Jacksonville and was like, I wasn't even hungry.
Oh, they put one in Florida. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, or the mainland of Florida.
Yeah.
not
in the boot.
not the panhandle. That's a different country.
I literally was driving back from Jacksonville from filming, and I saw this sign. I'm like, oh.
Skirt.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm coming over.
Hey, I'm going to say something strange, and you might not realize it, but Taco Bell came back with their breakfasts, and they have breakfast burritos.
Who invited this guy?
Really?
Yeah.
Taco
yeah.
Bell.
It's very strange to think, too, because, like, you know, you got the Crunch Wrap in the afternoon.
Yep.
They make a breakfast version of that where they stick a hash brown in the middle with, like, a chipotle sauce inside. It's kind of tangy and stuff.
Is it good?
It's very good.
Okay.
It's extremely well. And the thing is, like, they don't have a side. The side that they have are these little Cinnabon donut hole things filled with icing.
Interesting.
Nobody knows to go to Taco Bell in the morning, man.
Yeah.
It was gone for a while, and then like they brought it back, and it's chef's kiss.
Listen,
Chef's kiss.
listen. This is what I need you to do, Rob. Okay.
Okay.
We didn't dub you Captain Rob Roman for no reason. We need you to captain this mission to get Taco Bell
Breakfast.
as our
Crunch
breakfast
Wraps.
sponsor, and they can
I'm
bring
down
us
with that.
Crunch Wrap.
We're shifting over to Taco Bell.
I'm okay with Taco Bell.
I'm okay with
I can
Taco
get
Bell.
I can get down with Taco Bell.
Yeah,
I can
see?
get behind this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in.
Crunch Wrap Supreme.
Rob, figure this out.
I can't believe we ended our friendship with Waffle House.
We didn't.
Waffle
Where,
Hill?
you know,
Waffle just never got back to
yeah,
us.
Waffle
I
House is
still love-
2020.
I still-
R.I.P. 2021. Taco Bell breakfast 2022. Let's go, baby.
Starting the new year off right.
Can't believe we ended
But
our
didn't-
friendship.
if
We
we're
almost
talking
made it-
breakfast sides, please, someone let people know Dunkin' Donuts does sides of bacon. So you can get a bacon snack. I forget what they call it. But instead of like a hash brown on the side or some Cinnabon thing, they give you bacon in a pouch to go.
It's a side of bacon. That's what it is.
In a pouch to go.
It's bizarre.
Can we expand this
I
to
like-
other fast food joints?
I
Everybody
like
should
Dunkin'.
have. Yeah.
I like Dunkin'. Dunkin' makes a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant.
Dude, I just get those snack
Really good.
wraps.
The snack wraps
yeah,
are good.
Like half an egg, a slice
Better
of cheese.
for you.
But the trick is you get the bacon side. So I get a wrap and a bacon side, and I put all the bacon from the side in the wrap.
They come up with the strangest things during the holidays, especially this season. I saw a billboard for mini pancakes at Dunkin', so
Oh, yeah.
that's
going to
be the new thing is
I-
mini pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder. I'm usually on the water early. I wonder if all morning radio shows at some point in their morning get on a breakfast kick.
Probably not as much as us.
They all probably have sponsorships. Come on, Mike, where have you
Probably
been?
do. They probably do. I'm working on it. Man, we've been here a long time. God, somebody get a sponsor. I'm going to get
16 seasons of Real Animals. Where's that breakfast sponsorship, bro?
Well, that's on the TV show.
Oh.
We've been here, I want to say we're headed for 14 or 15 years since Capt Mel passed. We always do that show the first weekend in February, and I'm at like 21 years, going on 22 years total in the radio business, which just really dates me, actually.
You don't get a sponsorship
I still
until
don't have
25.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
They give you a watch and a breakfast sponsor.
Yeah, it comes with your Geritol sponsorship and your
AARP card.
Exactly. What a mess. No support here at all, really.
Tough crowd.
It's tough. We need to talk a little more fishing, and that's what we'll do on the other side. If your phone lines are open, if you want to chat with us, questions, comments, fishing reports, bring them right here, 1-800-969-9352. You know what we could do? We could dive into holiday breakfast. Like, what do you eat on Christmas morning?
Monkey bread every year, family tradition.
Monkey bread.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to hold on. You can't drop a thing like monkey bread on us with a couple minutes left here before that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Monkey bread? Oh,
monkey
we're going to
bread.
that's it.
We're going to dive into monkey bread.
How about a tease? We're going to dive into monkey bread on the other side. We'll be back.
Shout out to Nana. Nana's everywhere.
Oh, my gosh.
Someone said, Donald Vesey said, Taco Bell doesn't have a jukebox.
That's right.
I assume
Waffle
he's talking
House.
about Waffle
Yeah,
House.
he is.
They have jukeboxes at Waffle House?
Yes.
That's how you know it's crap food. They have to have a jukebox to keep you entertained.
There's a Buc-ee's in St. Augustine, I-95. That's where it is. No,
There it is.
no, that's north. Oh, Daytona Beach. That's the one I was at.
They talked about expanding Buc-ee's further south in Florida.
Look at that question. Does the color of the lights on the Skyway, Sunshine Skyway, affect the bait draw? I don't really know because I'm so pissed that it's got lights on it to begin with. Colored lights. Stupid.
How about the suicide nets? What's up with that?
What do you mean?
They built these gates going down the
I know.
side. It's like,
I don't know.
I feel like that's crazy.
Why?
Because, I mean, you have prescription drugs, you have all these different things. I feel like that's just like, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I don't like it.
Well, you know they were having a lot of jumpers. That's why they put
If you
them
got to
up.
build a fence. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely a weird thing. But it's chilling driving over it now, and you look at that, and it's like, holy moly. We needed to build this because so many people came up here to jump.
So many people are jumping.
That's
T.J. Stewart has recovered 2 people jumping while he was fishing the Skyway Bridge. Splash! Went and recovered him. One dude didn't die. One dude was alive on his boat as he came into O'Neill.
woo, heavy.
I told TJ, I said, you got to find a new fishing spot, buddy. Somebody's going to land on your boat, bro. That's going to be bad, dude. Swap right on the front deck of your boat, dude. That's be bad.
Put a hole in your boat.
Put a hole in your boat. Shit, you'll sink that thing like a rock.
Yeah, better have some good aqua traction.
Dude. It's not good, bro. It's not good at all.
No.
Buc-ee's. I'm going to Buc-ee's here soon. So I'll be traveling up 75, going to Georgia.
Dang.
Buc-ee's!
Paul Fortier said they built the nets, those suicide nets, after some dude threw his 3-year-old daughter off the bridge. Ugh.
That wasn't on the Skyway, was it? That was. Is he talking about the one? Are you talking about the one on the Skyway, or are you talking about the one on the Dick Meisner Bridge?
This has happened more than once?
That girl was 5. The girl that he threw off in the wintertime off the Dick Meisner Bridge was 5.
Did they kill him?
I don't know if they killed him, but he's in a lot of trouble.
Holy.
That was a while ago. That was a couple years ago. I haven't heard about a 3-year-old.
That's nuts.
But that could be. But I know there was a 5-year-old that got tossed off the Dick Meisner because almost every time I go by the Meisner Bridge, I think about that little girl.
People suck, man.
People suck. Like, you're so sick, you throw your kid off the bridge. Why don't you throw yourself off the bridge, dog? Don't throw the kid off the bridge. You're the sick one. Mm-hmm. You whack job. As a matter of fact, call me. I'll throw you off the bridge. No problem. It's crazy.
Smoking bacon. Snacking bacon. That's it, Amy Lockhart. I knew I was going to get there. Snacking bacon. And it's like maple peppered. Oh, man. Now I'm thinking about it more. Dude, Buc-ee's, though, forget the breakfast burrito. Forget the brisket, which is both incredible. Is that us? No.
Oh, yeah.
Both incredible. Beef jerky.
Oh, they do have good beef jerky.
Carrie Whirl, shout out to Carrie. Her husband was traveling for work or something, and he stopped at a Buc-ee's and got I think it was like the hot teriyaki beef jerky and brought it back. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, huh, all right. And I opened it up. Holy cow.
Really?
My jaw was locked up. Like, I couldn't talk because I had tried to tear into like 2 pounds of beef jerky in a sitting.
You know what else is good that they have? They do their own trail mix, and they do like a peanut butter.
Ooh.
So it's got little pieces of chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It's got little M&Ms, nuts, and little things of peanut butter.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like a Reese's trail mix combo platter gimmick.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I bought like 3 bags. I'm out. I need to get some more. It's really good.
Let's make a road trip to a Buc-ee's.
I'm in.
I love Buc-ee's.
Oop, Carl Lovitz. It happens way more than you think. About one every other.
Every other month.
Is that what it says? Wow.
Yeah. I found that website, the skywayjumper.com thing.
Yeah.
They had a Facebook page, and it was like a ticker of what was going on at the Skyway. I had to delete it. It was just depressing. It was like it was way more often than you think.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Like I said, TJ Stewart fishes the bridge a lot, but damn. The 2 jumpers? That's crazy, bro.
Charging us. They charge, not only arrested, but charged repair.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, you gotta be careful who you're buying guns for, apparently. If your kid's not solid. Monkey bread.
That's us.
Got to keep listening
Mike.
to this.
And Captain Dylan Hubbard.
So we got to go. I got a text.
Right back.
I got a text from my main man Jason Getman from Sign Zoo, who, by the way, did a great job.
Dude,
Your
killer.
truck wrap looks great.
It does.
It's a nice new logo.
I
you
really,
added there.
yeah. The real animals kind of tied it all in together.
It did. Yeah.
I stole your real animals scale effect.
It looks good. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love it.
Jason's got some great designers down there. He does. I've been with Sign Zoo for like 15, 16 years. They're
Yeah,
the
and
best.
I think it was lost on a lot of people. Like the Hubbard's Marina is like solid red. There's some green in there, a little bit of black. Real Animals is like blue, really, really blue. And I contacted Sign Zoo. I was like, can you incorporate these two logos together? And I was expecting them to come back like, are you serious? Like, really? But they did an amazing job, and it ties all together really well.
Okay, but so and that's just kind of a shameless plug for our good friends at Sign Zoo. But Jason wants to know monkey bread.
Stop talking and let's talk about
Let's get to
food.
the monkey bread. Jason wants to know about the monkey bread.
Yeah.
Just like I do. What is monkey bread?
So my Nana.
Shout out to Nana.
Yeah, I think she invented it. I don't know, but it's basically like a bunt cake. I think is the
Bunt?
Yeah. So you use that pan, and they're like little balls of dough with nuts, and it's like a really dark, like icing. It's basically cinnamon rolls, but with like these. I don't know. I can't explain it very well. I can eat it very well. I'm very good at eating it, but it's like a bunt cake made of little balls of dough. So you can just pull off one of the little balls.
Can we get Nana on the phone?
Yeah, I'm sure we could. She's not awake right now.
She's not awake?
Yeah.
7:08. Most Nanas are up.
Yeah, it was funny. Before the show, they were talking on the previous show on iHeart about how a lot of people, especially older people, aren't on the internet. All my grandparents are like on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and they stay up late and sleep in late. So that's how my Nana rolls. She'll be up about 11 o'clock.
How old are you?
30.
Yeah, well, I have a kid. My oldest daughter's your age, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the internet and all that. So
I'm very proud of you. But I wouldn't say that you're on the internet. Like, you were brought onto the internet. I helped set up your iPad, so.
I didn't say I was good at it. I just said I was on there, dude.
Don't go below the belt.
Yeah, listen, it doesn't matter how you get there, okay? You don't have to do it yourself, okay?
Okay.
Overachiever.
Okay. I'm sorry.
What's up with that, dude? Don't you get points for, like, just having it? And what happened to that?
Just because you have a
Dylan's
TikTok
like, yeah.
doesn't count.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to listen. I'm not going to call you guys old, but like, you know, the older generation, we're moving our way into technology.
Yeah, me and Rob are going to gang up on you.
You either got to learn it or you don't. There's no complaining.
No,
because it's
you know
all
what you
here.
can do? You know what you can do?
What?
You can pay someone to do it for you.
I guess.
And that still counts.
America.
That's right. That's it. Hashtag America. For sure. Wow. This is a tough crowd. Monkey bread.
Shout out to Cameron.
We need to get Nana on the phone. Before the show's over, we need to know about monkey bread. You can't throw a tease out there. Dylan Dunn, that's not Radio 101, dude. You can't tease monkey bread and then be like, yeah, I don't really know.
You asked me a question, I answered it.
You said monkey bread on
Did
the
you not
radio.
answer it correctly? I was picking up phone calls.
No,
Yeah,
he doesn't know what's in it.
What do you mean doesn't know what's in it?
That's what I'm saying.
It's dough. It's dough and cinnamon and sugar, and
Yeah.
it's put into pieces, and you mix it into a bunt pan.
So he knows what monkey bread is.
He
Yeah.
does.
See, this is
In
the thing,
Vermont-
my Nana didn't
In
invent
Vermont,
this.
if you want to drool a little, in Vermont we used to call them pull-aparts.
Okay.
And you'll have croissant pieces that you'll take into little balls, and you'll roll them around in like cinnamon sugar and maple syrup.
That's it. That's it.
And then
That's
you
what
put it
makes dark.
together. You make it rise, so that way the pieces you could just pull apart, dip in some more maple syrup.
That sounds like great boat snacks.
Plus, like as it's
right?
as it's like curing in the oven, you just smell it. And it
Oh,
just
it gets
fills the
better over
room.
time.
And
But see, here's what I was shooting for. This is the part you're missing, okay? This is experience, radio experience, okay?
I'm learning.
You get Nana on the phone. She finds out she's been on the radio. She finds out that her favorite grandchild of all time is talking about her on the radio so favorably. Then she makes us monkey bread, and we all get some.
I'll bring some monkey bread. I mean, we were supposed to do a radio show on Christmas Day, so I mean, you ruined that. So there was your shot at monkey bread.
No, I'll be sleeping. I'm sorry. You guys don't have to sleep. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not living on that edge with you.
No,
Nice try, though. Oh boy! Wow. All right, let's get back to some serious stuff. There's a lot of fog out there today. A lot of fog. Weather is beautiful. Going to be a great weekend. But
sheep's head bite is crazy.
The sheep's head bite is crazy. The fog is pretty thick, so we got to be careful. Let's see where we're going with our safe boating tip of the week with our good friend Captain Jim Fogel from our U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary. Jimmy, how are you?
I'm good, but I'm so hungry I was going to give you guys one more minute, and then I was bailing out for the kitchen.
I hear you, brother.
Maybe that's why our viewer count goes down.
Right, that's what it is. Everybody.
That's exactly right. I feel it is. Now, I think we need to talk about the fog.
We do.
Now, this should be common sense, but of course it's not. In restricted visibility, first thing you do is slow down, and depending on the draft or your vessel, you get out of the channel. You don't need to be in the channel if you can run outside it. The big boys need to be in the channel. Get your lights on because you want to see and be seen. Get a crew member up on the bow of the boat. Make sure the radio's off and everybody stops BSing for a while and everybody listens and pays attention. And if you've got a long way to go in that fog, get those life jackets on if you don't already have them on. You don't want to be fooling around after you hit somebody. Please listen carefully. You should be able to hear other vessels in the fog. Sound's going to be a little subdued, but if you're anchored, you should sound your horn signals. It's one prolonged horn signal every 2 minutes. If you're in a sailboat, it's one prolonged and two shorts every 2 minutes. But please slow down. Remember last year in January we had a terrible accident where two boats collided, and I think one of them did not have lights on, and 7 people had to be transported to the hospital.
Wow.
Back in 2015, remember we had that genius that ran that boat.
I knew it was going to come up today. I knew it.
Little Harbor.
Yep.
Crashed into the sand. Very, very fortunate that nobody got killed there.
He crashed into the restaurant.
Yeah, he went like 40 feet.
Oh, he went further than that. He
just wanted to get to the bar.
If he hadn't slid up the sand, I think the sand's what saved him. It slowed them down enough to where it just penetrated the wall and didn't.
He went airborne and landed on the roof. They went airborne and landed on the roof. They did.
No, not that one.
Yes. I saw the photo, the aerial photo. You see the motors and the indentation on the beach, and then nothing. He didn't slide up the beach, Jim. He went airborne and went into the roof. That thing was crazy.
He was trying to jump it.
In some of the worst fog I had ever seen. Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a genius.
Oh, it was. It was horrible that day. Horrible.
Knothead.
Point is, folks, slow down, get your lights on, get out of the channel if you can, and listen. Don't be speeding around in the fog. It's worse than darkness.
Yeah, for sure.
Worse than darkness.
He's so easy to get turned around. I noticed that yesterday. Just easy to get turned around because you're trying to. I always tell people, believe in your machine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, trust your machine, trust your electronics.
That's right.
But because I'm driving the boat, I'm trying to look because you don't know what idiot's coming, especially right now. You got a lot of those. And listen, I know it's not all of them, but there are some knuckleheads out there. Some of our, we get invaded now by a lot of the mullet fishermen from around the country. They come down here to mullet fish, and they're running around these waters. They don't know the fog, whatever. They're just not that bright. And it's not just the mullet guys, because we had a couple people anchored up right off the channel yesterday catching bait in the fog, just some crazy stuff. But I'm telling you, got to be careful. So I'm head up trying to look because you want to see if somebody's coming at you, and yet you're trying to look at your machine at the same time. So you're up, down, up, down, up, down. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because you can't see where you're going. I mean, you really got to slow down. I was thinking that yesterday that, man, I know Jim Fogel is going to bring up the fog because we got a few days here of really, really bad fog upon us.
And when you say slow down, you want to go slow enough to where you're going to be able to stop yourself. That was one thing that really resonates with me is like if you're in a 25-foot bay boat and you think going slow is 20 miles an hour or something like that, you're not going to be able to slow down if you have 40, 50-foot visibility and you all of a sudden see a boat sitting in front of you.
And they're moving too, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
There's probably a good chance they're moving.
You got to be able to go slow enough
to
maintain
You
steerage.
do not want to go to neutral, though. You do not want to go to neutral. Stay in gear so that you can react if you need to.
Right.
Maintain steerage.
One thing with a boat too, and that's what people don't think about. I think in those instances where you could come in contact with something, maybe it's a marker that you just steering sometimes is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need to steer and give the boat gas
Mm-hmm.
to get that boat to swing out of danger's way. You know what I mean? It's not just a turn of the wheel that gets you out of harm's way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a great call,
point,
Jim.
Mike.
Yeah, good stuff, buddy.
Good point. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for the time. Appreciate you.
Enjoy
Coast Guard
breakfast.
Auxiliary in St. Pete. Jim Fogel, be safe out there.
Thanks, brother. Monkey bread. Monkey bread.
Everybody's in the comments, so the people watching on Facebook Live and Captain Rob explained it way better than I could, apparently.
Let's go real quick here to Dale. Dale, you got about a minute, buddy. What you got for me?
That's more than I need, guys. Hey, listen, you guys have a great show, and I just wanted to tell you, I watch Fox 13, so I see Captain Dylan all the time on there, and I love that segment. And I listen to Jay and Ian on Fridays.
Yep.
And I hear your segment on Fridays, and it's like my favorite segment on their show that day. I just want to tell you, man, you guys are great.
Hey, you know what?
Thank you.
Dale, we appreciate that more than you know, my friend. We really do. We love what we do. We're blessed to get to do it, and the fact that, at least one of you out there enjoys it is awesome. Thank you. We appreciate that, brother.
I got a question for you about a Packers, as a Packers fan, if you don't mind me asking.
Come quick.
Coming down to the playoffs, what team in the NFC would scare you the most to face in the NFC Championship game?
The Bucs.
And I'll hang up and listen, guys. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Dale. It's the Bucs for me. I think if the Bucs are at full strength, if they're fully loaded, that's a tough game. Can the Packers win that game? Yes. Do I believe we probably should have won last year's game? Yes, I do. But I think the Bucs and the Packers are the best two teams in the NFL right now as we speak. And the Packers aren't healthy. We got 6 or 7 starters that are missing. But if both teams are healthy, if both teams are healthy, the Packers and the Bucs, I think that's a great football game. And I don't know who wins it. I really don't. It'd be a tough one for sure. So great call. We got Captain Big Ben Marshall up on the other side. Let's see what's going on in Benny's world. He wants to find out about monkey bread. Monkey bread for sure. We stirred up the beast there in Captain Ben Marshall. It's good to hear it from Dale. We appreciate those nice comments. We'll be back talking more fishing on the other side. 970 WFLA.
So proud of him by the time I was 10. Yeah, that was my daddy.
Captain Mike Anderson here for Gator Jim's Fishing Tackle. I've been talking about Gator Jim's now for many, many years, and there's just no way to explain the great savings, the great deals, all the great gear in Gator Jim's Fishing Tackle shop. It's absolutely stuff. I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner. We should have been doing this 2 years ago.
I appreciate it, man. It's fun.
But
I was looking at my phone the other day and scrolling through old photos, and I came across a photo of me in here with you doing a radio show, and I don't even know when it was. It was probably 6-7 years ago. I had a big old head of hair. I looked like I was 12 years old. I had a bunch of photos in the studio because I thought it was so cool. I was on radio.
Yeah, now you got your own show.
Crazy. Dude, this thing is so funny. That Giselle Maxwell lady's on trial. Haven't seen a dang thing about it.
Customer service with agents who truly
The Giselle Maxwell trial is starting. Release a new variant.
Yeah, right.
Make sure you get the most from your
Yep.
plan.
still shocked. Here we are. Another variant. No one knows where it came from. We still don't know.
Well, I
cares.
think people know, but no one wants to tell you, Mike.
Somebody needs to tell me.
Carrie Whirls, she's awake. We were talking about you a minute ago, Carrie.
How about we put a freaking loaded 45 up against freaking Fauci's nutsack and we say, you tell us quickly where we're going to pull the trigger. How about that?
Well, apparently, according to some people, you don't have to pull a trigger on a firearm for it to go off now.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know if you've
seen
that.
You can just think it?
Yeah.
It's good to know. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
You don't have to pull the trigger for the gun to go off, people. Now you can just blame the gun.
Guns kill.
Not the people behind them. That has to be like the pinnacle of the gun control argument. I didn't pull the trigger, the gun just went off. When in the history of anything has that happened? You have to manipulate the mechanism for it to go off. There's been some recalled firearms that you drop them and they go off. There's been some situations where they make bump triggers and stuff. But it doesn't just go off by itself.
Not normally, no.
Never.
Monkey bread.
Pull apart. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought that was my Nana's thing. Apparently it's a countrywide thing.
I know. I still think we should give Nana some love.
Nana's asleep.
You need to tell Nana to get her butt up a little earlier because we want to talk to her on the air. You know what? That's what we're going to do. When I come back the first of the year, we need to interview Nana. I got some questions.
I've got some questions about this monkey bread.
I got questions about monkey bread, and I want to know what she fed you for breakfast that made you so damn big.
Chocolate milk. That's my Nana's favorite thing.
I want to know. We should interview Nana. We can make her a part of the show. Seriously.
A Nana segment?
Yes.
I like it.
Dude, I think it would be hysterical. People would love it, dude.
She is funny.
Yeah. Nana Hubbard, are you kidding me?
Man, my grandma on my dad's side has passed, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
but my mom's mom is Nana.
Yeah, well, we just bring
my
Nana.
dad's mom was grandma. You didn't call her nothing but grandma.
Oh, okay.
And actually, she didn't like grandma. You called her Lorraine.
Oh.
Yeah. Her catch line that I'll never forget that I live by is drink like a bird eat like a bird, drink like a fish. That's what she always would say. And we'd like go out to dinner because she was in the era where like going to dinner was a treat.
Yeah.
It's not something you do all the time.
Right.
So you get all dressed up and you go to dinner. It was like a long, extended thing. So she would get so mad when we go out to dinner, and she'd like order a cocktail, and then they'd come and try to ask for the order. That was a no-no. She had to finish her second cocktail before the waiter would ask for an order.
I like it.
Yeah. 2 cocktails before you order.
I think we've cleared it up. We've decided right after the first of the year. We still need consent from Nana. We're going to start a Nana segment.
I don't know how we're going to get her awake that early in the morning, but we'll try.
Listen, we need to put a firecracker under that butt. Get up, Nana. Time to chat with the fishing guys. It's all good.
Maybe it'll be the last segment of the morning.
Let's see. You need to run it by her because if she's going to be grumpy, I don't want to make Nana mad. That's never a good thing.
I don't think she is grumpy. I don't think she has a grumpy bone in her body.
Well, that's beautiful. Then she should talk to us. That'd be great. The Real Animals Nation, Hubbard's Nation, could get to know Nana. That'd be great. Let's check in with Captain Big Ben Marshall. Benny, how are you, my friend?
I am great. I'm always confused whether I get accolades or grief over my discussions of food in the morning. And it's exclusively me, apparently, in the past, but then I woke up to monkey bread.
Exactly.
You're on the wrong show, man. You got to come over here.
Yeah, we're...
So what kind of breakfast did Mike bring you this morning, Dylan?
No one can compare to you, Ben. I'll never
Dude, he
forget our breakfast.
He kind of lovingly glazed over right there, Ben.
Yeah.
He did. The minute you said
a part
that,
of my heart.
he just, so for those of you who don't know, who didn't happen to catch the T. M. Mahoney Company Real Animals radio show here a couple weeks ago on Sunday morning over on DAE, where Dylan sat in and with Captain Big Ben Marshall, and Ben brought in venison sliders,
Jalapeno cheddar venison sliders. It was amazing. On a Hawaiian roll. Warmed up.
I'm telling you, Dylan is slightly glazed over right now. He is so happy.
Well, on the fishing scene, I don't know how many people other than me got up at 2 this morning to make sure that my minnows had plenty of air.
Oh, he's going speck fishing.
Yeah, he is. You're going speck fishing.
I got a photo from a client up in Kentucky, and he's also a good friend that brings down some illicit moonshine, which I appreciate highly. But he's big into speck fishing. Allegedly, yeah, unconfirmed. And he is big into speck fishing. He sent me this photo I showed to Mike this morning. Just monsters. So I don't know. I'm interested. I want to try it out. But this minnow thing, I mentioned it to Mike earlier. I don't see my my big old hands rigging a minnow very well. But being as though that you and Mike do this, I feel like we're not talking glass minnows. What's a minnow? What's the size here we're talking about? Like a greenback?
Missouri minnow. They're about 3 inches long at the largest. It's not that difficult. I just don't know that I've ever could imagine you holding a number 6 Aberdeen gold hook.
That seems very difficult. Yes. A number 6.
That's very difficult with island-sized paws, I can guarantee you. But many years of practice. So, but I tell you too. You know, the snooker downtown, I was able to take a pretty good look around this week, and the seawalls, you know, a western seawall catching that morning sun is attracting a lot of snook. You know,
nice.
It's a thermal sink for that cooler water, and the snook have moved downtown. And it's not just downtown, anywhere that you have, you know, in the barrier islands and stuff where you have seawalls facing east. That morning sun with these cold temperatures, those snook are cruising those seawalls and hanging close to them. But, you know, it takes finesse. You know, you're not going to throw a Zara spook or a mirror lure in there and snatch it as fast as you can past them. They're going to ignore it. You're going to have select shrimp or DOA or maybe even a tube lure, something that you can leave on the bottom and work really slow.
Hey, save some of that. Save some of that. Save some of that for tomorrow's show, so we have some content. I got to let you go. Yeah, I'm up against the break, Manny.
Real quick, two very experienced brothers were out doing mullet in the fog, and the captain that was driving had to weave through 2 pilings. Turned to his brother and said, "I don't remember channel markers right there." And his brother turned back to him and said, "Those were waders."
Exactly. I remember that story. We'll talk more about that tomorrow.
You got it.
All right, brother.
Great show, guys.
Good luck today. Good stuff. Captain Big Ben Marshall, one of our favorite people there. We're talking fishing on the other side. We'll be back. 970 WFLA. Yeah, he's good.
That's interesting what he talked about with those seawalls facing the morning sun, because I noticed I was walking to the bathroom and right down the catwalk to the restaurant dock, and that seawall faces the morning sun. And it was like 10 a.m. and there's a pile of snook in the pass. I'm like, dude, why are you still here?
South.
You need to be moving into the back bays here, snook.
South facing islands.
Yeah.
South facing seawalls.
Yeah.
With that north wind.
Yeah.
Blowing over the top of it. And being blocked.
Yeah.
Those edges are all holding fish.
Because they're hiding from the wind and they're getting that morning sun. Gotta think like a fish.
Water temp.
Yeah.
Water temp is huge. Anywhere, and I'm telling you, a degree, 2 degrees is monumental in water temp.
Yeah.
72 to 73 degrees for humans, you might feel a little bit. To fish, big
huge.
Time. Huge difference.
Interesting.
Huge difference.
And you see that offshore with those currents when you're pelagic fishing. A temp break between 72 and 74 is huge.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yep.
And I was thinking about it, like we built this playground in the backyard, and we've been hanging out in the backyard more. And my front of my home faces north, backside of my home faces like south. But in the afternoon, that back wall just radiates, gets pounded by the sun, and it's a dark gray color. And the other day, I'm out there on the playground. I'm like, what am I feeling? It was just absolutely radiating heat. It was probably 15 degrees warmer against that wall. And it just clicked in my head. I'm like, man, this is what the snook and redfish are doing all winter long under these canal residential docks. They're just sitting in that dark bay mud soaking that heat.
Exactly what they're doing. That's why I always say if you can find a flat that has dark mud bottom, adjacent to deep water, with decent moving water, it's going to hold fish in the wintertime. It's going to hold them because as it warms up in the day, they're going to float up on that dark bottom, and then when it cools down at night and that sun goes down, they can drop off into that channel and get that thermocline. It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
Backside of cockroach, back in Little Cockroach Way in the back, all that mud bottom.
Yeah.
They just go back there and just lay up. Now, they don't always eat good.
Yeah. And that was the problem with those fish in John's Pass too, is I've been watching everybody throwing shrimp at them and different things, and they just sit there and look at it and then look away.
Yep.
It becomes more and more important to hit them at that right time when they're feeding.
Captain Chris Wiggins yesterday was sitting on 30 redfish that I wanted to be fishing with shrimp, and he was fishing with whitebait. They were just swimming around it and wouldn't eat it. By the time I got in there, he had already boogered them up, and I couldn't. Had he gone in there with just shrimp and tail hooked them on a jig head, let that thing sit on the bottom and let them fish just come over there nice and slow, and just suck it off the bottom, he'd have caught them.
So this time of year, you're using more shrimp than whitebait?
It just depends. You got it this time of year when that water's still 68 to 72 degrees. It was 68 yesterday morning at Fort Soto. At the end of the day, it got 71.
That's cold.
Yeah. No, it's not that cold, really. 68, 71. 72 is the magical temp.
For redfish?
For everything.
Yeah.
Kingfish? 72, 73 degrees.
72 is on the bottom end, though.
It's still pretty happy, though. We still got a lot of fish at 72 degrees. I'm with you. I mean, they like it cooling down, but we've got a lot of fish in 72-degree water. So, to me, 72 is just a magical,
And that's what's good about this weather forecast. I mean, it's getting back in the 80s for 7 days.
It's going to warm things up, dude. It's going to go up.
It'll keep that temperature in that right range.
Yes.
I like it. Hopefully it'll keep them around and keep them happy. Same with the gags.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Because they were moving in.
And when's gag close?
End of the year, December 31st. But that's going to get ugly.
What?
Gag grouper regulations.
Why?
They were talking about closing the fishery. We got them backed off that, but now they're going to just clamp down on it. Quota's going to go to nothing.
That's really ridiculous. But I will tell you,
what?
I may save it for on the air.
Can't give all the good stuff to you Facebook watchers. Gotta save
Well,
something
you
for
can
the
still
radio.
get it. You can still get it on Facebook, but you just got to wait until we're also on the radio.
Yeah. Kayaking Cockroach Bay tomorrow, Donald said.
Good for you, Donald.
Donald Vesey, not Waberman.
Oh, not Donald Waberman. Okay.
Waberman's still in a neck brace.
I know. That's what I thought. I was excited for him because I know he hasn't been able to get out.
I think he said after the first of the year.
Yeah, it probably is that long. Where's our Hubbard's logo on my feed? It doesn't come up.
No, it's just the real animals.
Can't you put a Hubbard's logo in the other corner?
Yeah, probably. That would make sense above my head. But now we have this nice
That is true.
WFLA
That's
sign.
nice. Hey, real quick, want to put another shout out there for Jason Whidden and the good people up at Furman Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Newport Richey. They are doing their big toy drive today. It is starts at 11, and they will have free food from Pit Boss Barbecue up there, the great people at Pit Boss Barbecue. It is in cahoots with the Pasco County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Naco up there, who I'm a big fan of, great guy, great Sheriff's Department up there. So you can swing by. They got a bunch of stuff to give away. They're looking for unwrapped gifts for kids, and it's a big event up there. Jason Whidden, just a great guide promoting the fishing community, taking care of us like he has for years, and then now getting behind the kids here. So good people up there at Furman Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Newport Richey. That's on the corner of 19 and 54. You can't really miss it. Great place right across from the Wawa there. So take some toys by there today. You got a fishing...
Yep. The Jingle Bells Kids Tournament by Angler Armory in Johns Pass. You can fish Don's Dock or fish the Hubbard's Marina docks. And all you have to do is bring your kid out, and an unwrapped toy and a non-perishable food item gets your kid entered. Tackle supplied by Dogfish Tackle, bait by Aylesworth Bait, and it's a great time.
Yeah,
Go out there
stuff.
and get your kid hooked on fishing.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
And Santa Claus shows up at 6 on a fire truck. It's awesome.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Madeira Beach Fire Department has some cool trucks. Kids love them.
So we were talking at the break, and then I was going to tell you something, and I forgot what I was going to tell you. Do you remember?
No, you didn't tell me. You were like, oh, I'm going to save that for the show.
Doggone it. I wanted to talk about that, too. I totally forgot what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll come back.
It couldn't have been that important then. You know what I'm saying, right? It's not that important.
We were talking about weather, water temperatures being important. And
water temperature is important. Probably one of the most important things this time of year to fishing, at least inshore, is paying attention to water temp. Pay attention to what that water's doing at night, when your low tides are, when your high tides are. You know, this time of year.
Yeah, I want to hear more about this.
If you're fishing some of the passes, let's say you're fishing the passes at Cockroach, your outgoing tides are probably going to be a little better, even when traditionally your incoming tide would be better, like on a new moon. For me, new moon incoming, full moon outgoing. Traditionally,
Why?
the better tides. I don't know. It's just kind of the way it works. On the new moon, I find the incoming tide is a little better bite. On the full moon, the outgoing tide, you know, systematically month by month. Okay? And every spot has its own characteristics. So some spots are incoming spots, some spots are outgoing spots.
Yeah.
But this time of year, think about the dark bottom way in the back of Cockroach. Every time you get in those passes, the further up there you get that mud bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That high tide gets up in there. The sun bakes it. That tide
Warms it
turns
up.
around to go out. Now you got that warm water coming out of the backcountry. Usually turns those fish on.
Yeah.
Pay attention to your water temps this time of year. It really changes everything. We were just talking about, you know, seawalls and, you know, stuff like that. Captain Dave Marquette really kind of put me onto this here a week or two ago. We were talking about fishing, and he was talking about fishing areas that the north wind is blowing over so that the sun can actually cook that area a little bit instead of a shoreline where the north wind is blowing right on that shoreline, something that is protected by houses, by condos, you know, facing the south, so the north wind blows over the top of it. Makes a lot of sense.
So it's in the lee of the wind. That water isn't getting pushed up against it. Colder water being pushed by the wind. Sun's baking it. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And then outgoing tide versus an incoming tide. You said some spots are incoming tide, some spots are outgoing spots. That's more to do with the geography of the area.
Topography, yeah.
And topography, geography, and
What's
layout of the flat.
but what's
right?
interesting, what's interesting about that statement is I've got a couple of passes over in Cockroach that are maybe.
Do you fish anywhere else?
Yeah. Fort Soto? I mean, yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
Stop it. Do you fish anywhere but the Gulf?
No.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, so I got a couple of passes over there that are like 30, 40, 50 yards apart.
Uh-huh.
One pass is an incoming pass, and one pass is an outgoing pass. You can catch fish on an opposite tide in there, but if you want to get in there and wreck them, I fish this pass on an incoming tide and this pass on an outgoing tide.
And that's just based on the layout of the pass and where the fish stack up because of the tide going in and
my
out.
fish log tells me that
Experience.
that spot is really good
No
on the
substitute.
outgoing, and that spot is really good on an incoming.
Yeah.
But you'll find this time of year that outgoing tide in those types of areas, and there's a lot of different double branch, double bayou, all that stuff up on the north end of the bay, that water gets up there on a higher tide, cooks on that dark mud bottom, and when it turns to come out of there, it's a little bit warmer. And a degree here, a degree there. You know, we were talking about it at the break. 72, if you keep your temperature in your house at 72 and you change it to 73, you might notice it, you might not. For fish, that 1 degree, they notice it.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a big difference.
That makes
Big
perfect
difference.
sense.
Yeah, big difference. Speaking of difference makers, how about this guy?
Yeah, we were talking about breakfast. Now I want to go shooting.
Now I want to go shooting, exactly. We mentioned guns, and then poof, there he is. Mike Mesra, Tampa Bay Sporting Clays. Michael, how are you?
Hey, guys. Good morning.
What's up, buddy?
I am doing well. Beautiful morning, a little foggy out. Weather's nice. Perfect day for shooting.
I think every day is a perfect day for shooting.
Right. Is there a bad day to go shooting?
I love you, Dylan. You're the man. You're the man.
Yes.
Hey, it was great hearing Ben's voice calling in. I love seeing him at the club. We got just a great holiday season coming up. We got the Angelus Foundation shooting today. They've got like 200 and something shooters. The weather's just been great. The targets are great. Looking forward to doing a bunch of stuff. We've got our big Christmas party next Sunday. Mike, I don't know if you've ever been to it, but it's free admission. All you got to do is bring the toys for Tot.
Oh, nice.
And we've got a band that's coming, and Benedetto's doing all the food. It's a great time. So if anybody's around, it's just really, really a good time on a Sunday afternoon.
There's nothing bad about Tampa Bay Sporting Clays. Like,
not at all.
There really isn't. Like, if there's
have
not
golf carts there too.
if there's not an event going on, you know what? It's still just a really a good time.
Mm-hmm. It's like golf with a gun.
You are right, man. It is. I tell you, it is so awesome, and you guys do it all the time, to be involved in something where everybody, they come and they're in a good mood, and they leave and they're in a better mood. And if they're at a charity event, they're giving back. If they're not, they're just there with their wife or their girlfriend or their daughters or their kids and just shooting and having fun. And it gives you such a good feeling.
Do you do gift certificates for Christmas?
We do.
Nice.
Any amount we could do a gift certificate for. Most people get $100, give it to their husband or girlfriend or wife or whatever, and go to it.
If my kids are listening, which I know they're not, but I'm going to put it out there anyway.
I will ping Beth. Don't worry about it.
It's a great idea.
We've got you guys covered. But anyway, great show, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Look forward to seeing everybody soon. I want to have a real animal, fishing tournament.
Now we're talking.
Fishing tournament, but a shooting tournament up there soon. But I will definitely handicap Ben.
I have a lunch this week with our good friend Frank Massaro from the Children's Home.
Yes.
And we are talking about such things. We're going to be there helping out with the Norman Schwarzkopf shoot this year. So we're actually having a meeting with some of the board members, a little lunch meeting, go figure, food's involved. We're going to have a lunch meeting and discuss that event coming up. So we're going to be there on that one, and that one's in March, I think. So
correct.
Yes.
Great event.
Yes, great event, and we're going to be. I'm getting on board. We're going to help. We're going to help with the great Norman Schwarzkopf shoot that you guys have done for years. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be there.
Wow.
Yeah, please.
Probably
You're gonna
close
be
to 30 years now.
Yeah. Well, and such a legendary name. I mean, for a veteran such as myself, when you say Norman Schwarzkopf, it just makes me want to stand to attention. It's just such a great man. So
Yeah, you know what's scary, Mike, is that you and I are both older, that a lot of these younger kids, they're like, who's that?
I know.
I'm like, what?
I know, yes.
How do you not know who General
Well, but you're not a
is?
normal 30-year-old. Most 30-year-olds don't know who Norman Schwarzkopf was, which is just really sad. So anyway, we're getting involved in that event, and we're going to help Frank out. The Children's Home is a phenomenal organization, just ridiculous. If you ever get a chance to get out there and tour that place, it's amazing what Frank and his team do out there at the Children's Home. So we're looking forward to helping with that. So Real Animals is going to be all over that place, buddy. We're going to mess you all up. You're going to be covered in Real Animals.
I love it. You know what? It's about damn time. Awesome. Hey, I'm fishing Home Assassin next week. I'll give you guys an update on it. You know, that's in the Gulf, so Dylan can chime in on that. So I'll give you guys an update. Listen, guys, thanks for everything. Have a good one. Happy holidays.
You too, Michael.
See you, Mike.
Good stuff
You
right
know,
there. Tampa Bay
he
Sporting
says
Clays.
take your wife out there with you to Tampa Bay Sporting Clays. My wife is insanely accurate with a shotgun,
Mine
surgical
too.
even.
Mine
It's
too.
very scary. It's very scary.
I actually thought the first time I took her out there, I asked myself, did you marry Annie Oakley? Seriously, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously, she was so good with the first time. I'm like, really?
My wife and her dad, they do a big, my father-in-law is involved with concrete industry. So they do a big like concrete shoot at Tampa Bay Sporting Clays. And my wife and her father won first place out of like 300 shooters in this tournament. My range bag at home is won by my wife in a shooting tournament. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't make the boss angry.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. My wife loves her guns, and I P's and Q's. I add my P's and Q's.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I think it never comes out my mouth. Not happening.
And that's why we have Park Place Garage.
That's right. The man cave is amazing. When I do get in trouble, I have a very cool place to go hang out because of Park Place Garage. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I just got her a new 20-gauge shotgun. We got to go break it in.
There you go. Yeah. Well, you know what? All you have to do is say the word.
Oh, yeah. I'm all about that.
Yeah. We'll
It'd
meet
be
you out
fun.
there. Beth and I will meet you guys out there.
Yeah,
That
I
would
want to
be
bring
fun.
my son. He's getting up there. He's ready.
Huh?
Yeah. He's over 2. He can start learning.
He's over 2.
It's time.
Let's go play with guns.
Yeah. You got to start sometime.
Rob's shaking it off like, no, I don't think so.
Uh-oh. He's
Yeah,
putting on
Rob.
his headphones.
Captain Rob.
I actually,
That's why they make 20-gauge
I shot some
shotguns.
guns when I was out in Vegas this year.
Did you?
For the first time?
Yeah?
Yeah, it was real treat.
We got to get you out there at Tampa Bay Sporting Clays. We'll let you know where we're going. We'll take you out there with us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you got to come shoot Sporting Clays.
It's fun.
It's a lot of fun. Right? I took my wife out
You'll
there
be
the first time.
addicted.
She loved it. Yeah, it's much cooler than golf.
Way
It is,
cooler.
yeah,
Now, if we can find a way to put it together, probably, right? There's
No.
You can shoot golf
Well-
balls. I've tried it. I've done it.
There you go. And we have one segment left here before we wrap up another incredible
Breakfast, morning, shooting show.
That's right. Oh, we'll be back. 970 WFLA.
Hi, I'm Vinny Jr.
Jack Edgar, women are great shooters and have great aim. They are natural pointers. That's very funny. You're very funny.
It's to me, I see the same thing on the boats. Like we had our supporters group. We did a fishing trip with them, and we have a lady anglers club at Hubbard's Marina. It's the Lady Anglers of Hubbard's Marina, and they caught hogfish 10-1 over the guys on the boat that day.
Really?
Yeah. And I think it has a lot to do with their patience and the fact that they soak everything up, and they listen, and they are just superior anglers and shooters.
For years now, I've been running these group events, like just fishing in them. Get an invite. Hey, I got a 10-boat trip. I got a 20-boat trip. You want to fish it? Sure, yeah. And while you're sitting there waiting for everybody to show up or get on the dock and team up, I'm sitting there this was probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And the boys next to me were like, dude, there's a team of women up there. I don't want them on my boat. I'm like, I'll take them. No brainer, bro.
Yeah, they outfish everybody.
Dude. They listen. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's not even close. No matter what Mahoney says. And I know Mahoney's not going to chime in because he's in Georgia. No, he's in Alabama.
He doesn't have internet reception. We're safe, y'all.
I'm so much more technically advanced than Mahoney, it's not even funny.
Yes, I'll give you that.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's a difference between wanting to learn and actively avoiding. Mahoney actively avoids the internet.
He does, yeah, he does.
Who gave that man a Facebook page?
Seriously, that's high.
With AAA, I saved over $800 on both home and auto together.
Seriously, insurance through AAA?
Seriously, my AAA agent helped make sure I had the right.
Oh, I'm tired.
Get in, we'll take a spin.
I'm seriously going to need a ladder.
The home and auto insurance fund.
We got a full stack day today. I'm going to go do Christmas photos with Santa, then go home, kids nap, and then fishing tournament, and then light a boat parade tonight.
Nice.
Stacked Christmas day.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I have a 10 o'clock basketball game with my grandson Ryder.
Nice.
I have an 11 o'clock basketball game with our granddaughter Kaylin. And then a nap.
There you go.
Because I have a cold.
A nap for your kids?
For me. My kids don't nap anymore.
I can't nap. Naps ruin me for the rest of the day. I can't shake it off. I don't nap.
Really?
Yeah. I cannot nap. I think it comes with experience.
It does.
It does.
You'll get there.
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
I hope so. They're beautiful. Naps are amazing.
I wake up from a nap and I just feel like so groggy and in a fog, and you can't wake up a second time in a day. They don't make enough caffeine.
Look at Bobby and Bridget Scheimer, some great customers of mine. King's Hawaiian rolls.
Oh,
dude.
Oh, they make jalapeno?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's jalapeno King's
It
Hawaiian.
is a jalapeno roll.
Holy
OMG.
moly. You couldn't see what it said on the picture, guys.
Why he's got to point that out? Oh, God, dude. You know, I really work hard to try to take care of this kid.
Why is this?
I was freaking on my
I was like, dead air. Dude, you should take the grandkids to Snowcat Ridge. Did you try that yet?
No.
It's pretty wild.
Where is it?
It's like in the middle of nowhere. I couldn't tell you where it is. Somewhere north of Tampa, Lakeland area, but it's pretty cool.
Remember, if you're in need of a new roof or a roof repair, check out our good friends at Affordable Roofing Systems. They're at affordableroofingflorida.com. That's their website. Super good people. I've had them on the boat. Just great people doing an honest, quality job. You know, as I say about our good friends at Titan Plumbing and Electric, finding people you can trust today is key. And you can trust Affordable Roofing Systems. Whether you need a shingle, metal tile, or a flat roof, they're your safest choice for repairs or replacements. Give them a call today at 1-888-397-ROOF, or again, go to affordableroofingflorida.com.
Always good to know people.
It's really good to know people.
Especially who can fix things you can't.
That's
like
right.
Your roof.
Very important. Also, remember, this Wednesday night from 6 until 7 p.m., we're going to be doing our virtual fishing conversation there at Bartow Ford. Talking a little bass fishing, talking a little saltwater fishing. Got you covered there. You can bring your questions there. The 15th of February, we're going to be doing our live fishing conversation out there at Bartow Ford, where we're actually bringing people in, goodies to give away, food, all that good stuff. So we're ramping all that stuff back up in person. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's going to be nice. Going to be nice. Going to be great to get that stuff rolling. Actually, I had some people chirping at me this week on Messenger about when we were going to crank those back up. So they're coming at you live and in color. So it's good, good stuff.
And what about this week, man? We got some beautiful weather ahead.
Great weather.
And we're on the backside of that new moon. Should be some good water moving.
Probably going to be a little fog again tomorrow, I would guess. Maybe.
All week, really?
Yeah, it could be. With it warming up, we could have fog, all week. So be safe on the water. Be smart. All those good things. If you were out in Polk County today, the Bobby Lane. Polk County, I'm sorry. Polk.
I got your back, Beth.
Yeah, people. Where would I be without the help of my friends? Out there at beautiful Camp Mac Resort, the Bobby Lane Kids Cup is going on today. High school kids and middle school kids fishing tournament that Bobby Lane puts on. Great guy. I was supposed to be out there. I don't think I will be attending, as a bunch of you probably noticed. I have a little bit of head cold, not feeling the best, so I will not be attending. But that's a super cool event that Bobby Lane puts on out there. Bobby Lane, one of my favorite peeps in the world, just good people. So that's good stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
And we're on the backside of that gag grouper season, guys. Take advantage of that gag grouper bite. It is
Last 28 days, 29 days of it?
Yeah. It ends at the end of the year, and they're moving in near shore. We're seeing them
It's
really
good,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, offshore is just on fire for
We
those
caught
guys.
some nice ones on the docks this week.
Yeah.
No keepers, but some really, you get a 20-inch gag on light tackle on the docks while you're sheephead fishing.
A lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's disappointing when you're like, oh, I was so close to a sandwich.
But it's still fun.
Yeah, it's very fun.
And the hogfish bite too, man, just insane right now near shore. So good time to take advantage of that good weather and great fishing. We're seeing a few kingfish still near shore, which is kind of surprising this late. But like Mike said, 72 degrees, they're still around.
I like that water temp. As long as we stay this 68 to 72 degrees, you're going to have opportunities at pretty good fishing.
Yeah. And offshore, you got big blackfin tuna pelagic-wise too. So good time. Bottom fishing, pelagic fishing, good weather week. We have a little disturbance there Tuesday, but nothing real crazy. Should stay less than 3 foot even behind that. So real weak front, but obviously very mild. Temperatures are going to get climbing back up. Humidity's coming back. It's exciting. I like it. I like it humid.
He won't do it himself, so I'll do it for him. Great gift idea. How about a gift certificate to Hubbard's?
We have those.
Yes,
we do sell those.
Yeah, it's a great gift idea for the angler in your life for sure. Make sure you check us out tomorrow morning. We'll be on from 7 to 9 a.m. Myself, Captain Big Ben Marshall, the T.M. Mahoney Company Real Animals radio show. We'll be over there talking some more fishing. Ben's going speckled perch fishing today, so we'll have some spec talk, I'm sure. Probably be a little food talk in there as well. We do talk food.
From time to time.
It's a beautiful thing. Captain Rob Roman, great job, my brother. We appreciate you, dog.
Bet you guys don't talk about burritos on Sundays.
We might do it just because of that comment.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, that's right, Taco Bell. Yo quiero Taco Bell, wasn't that the little dog?
Yep.
Tight lines, everybody. Have a great day.
Don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy.
Too darn busy.
And shade the sidewalks.
WFLA Tampa, WXT.
Appreciate y'all
Big time.
tuning in and
Big
hanging
time.
out with us this morning on the Real Animals radio show. And hope to see you for the Real Animals Fishing Conversation Tuesday.
Yep.
Right on the Real Animals Facebook page. So
Plus,
check
you're
that
going
out.
to show to Sunday night, right?
Yep. Our Sunday night live stream show every Sunday night right on the Hubbard's Marina Facebook and YouTube and Real Animals Facebook page at 8:30 p.m. Sunday nights. For about an hour, we give away over $700 in free fishing trips, talk all about nearshore, offshore, a little bit of inshore fishing, and it's a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll see you out for that. And then when is the in-person Bartow Ford?
February 15th. We're
February
going to be
15th.
rocking and rolling with
Gotta
our.
write that down.
Yeah, we'll be back live with in-person fishing conversations, getting them going again at Bartow Ford. Super excited about that. Can't wait to get to see everybody and hang out, all that.
Do we have a Facebook event built for that yet?
No. Do we know anybody that can do that?
I can do that. February 15th at 6:30, right?
I don't know that the times. Don't make it up yet.
TBD time.
Yeah, to be determined. I think we're going to go 7 to 9. Give people time to get there. Would be my guess. But that's what we always did in the past when we were back at the other dealership. We were always 7 to 9. So we'll probably do the same thing. Just give people time to get there and get caught up. Mike Biedenbow, the GM out there, is trying to get us a Bass Pro. I think because of the time of year, he wants to really tie this first one in with one of his Bass Pros out there.
For sure.
Which makes sense. Yeah, which makes sense. I kind of wanted some D-hubs there, but we'll
saltwater fishing is not. It's like 20% of the freshwater fishery. That's what blows my mind. So many people in our area, especially like Pinellas County, it's saltwater fishing or nothing. But we are just a very small percentage of the number of anglers
the overall,
in the country. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, and when you get out there in Polk County, there's a lot of freshwater anglers, and for good reason. 554 lakes out there in Polk County. So, that, and of course the legendary Grady Judd.
Yeah.
So
love that guy.
Yeah, everybody loves Grady Judd. Speaking of guns.
Speaking of guns. Well, appreciate y'all tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow for the Real Animals radio show on Sunday mornings from 7 to 9 on 620 WDAE and on the Real Animals Facebook page. Tuesday night for the fishing conversation, Sunday night for the live show. Got a lot of stuff this week. And I think that's it.
Wednesday's the fishing conversation.
Oh, Wednesday. I said that. Wednesday. The fishing conversation.
I got him. You got to keep the young kids straight every now and then.
Yeah, Wednesday.
But we do appreciate you guys so much. We really do. I really appreciate this guy over here, really helping us out and getting all this.
Man.
Yeah, we're not hugging. It's not happening. But good stuff for sure. Tight lines, everybody. Have a great week.
See you guys.
That was good.